Hey, this is Corn. I'm the creator of Cyber Commanders. Today is January 9th. It is 4:49 p.m. around the Boston area, and I am going to do a quick update on all of the development that we did this week and actually for like the past 3 weeks in Cyber Commanders, and I'm going to go through and talk a little bit about each one of the items in that I roll in one game. And the point of this is to kind of educate people who want to learn about what each one of the items and abilities does, and like how to play this game better. I have been educating people on how to play the game, and their first thoughts are always like, oh, it's so niche, or oh, it's so complicated, there's so much going on. But by the end of the first game, they're like, this is not that difficult. This is pretty simple. This is a really fun game. And I think some of it comes from like the tutorials that we have. Like there are 6 tutorials here. They're kind of text heavy. This is our first swing at doing tutorials, and so far the feedback has been do something that's more simple, that is kind of guided, that has someone just join and start playing a game and you kind of like guide them through it. And you don't teach them every single little detail. They don't really need to know that from the start, but if you guide them through one game and like explain how the rounds work, how it's turn based, how each one of the phases goes, it's really, really simple. So we're actually going to make one top level tutorial here that's like pretty much someone day one, game one, they want to learn how to play the game. It teaches them how to play it. It's really not that difficult. And then if they want to dive in and get an edge about all the other tactics and like what each unit does, and they want to try them all out, go and do the other 6 tutorials. So let's see what we did. Very recently, so the chat itself wasn't updating until the actual items were doing updates. So that was kind of weird. That has been fixed. We updated the Discord and socials link, so now you can join the Discord and you can follow us on Twitter. Joining Discord is really important. I do want everyone to join that, because if you join it, you get to be in the room with all of the rest of the community, people who actually want to go and play the game, people who are talking about playing the game, and it's a good place to coordinate and to ask questions and to like find active games that are going on. We adjusted the alignment swings. I'll talk a little bit about that. Before, when you were playing single player, even though if you selected like 1 or 6 players, it would always throw you in with 1 and 3 AI for a 4-player game. Now, if you play single player, it will adjust it to have like whatever you have on there. If you select 1 AI opponent, it will be 1 versus 1. The rest of the stuff in here, we had some issues with the fire not spreading, or the alien ooze changing colors. Like we don't want that. Alien ooze is neutral. It's just going to have 1 color. Fire, you cannot attack fire. It is also neutral. So people who move next to it shouldn't be engaged with it. If you move next to an enemy item, it automatically engages you. You are forced to attack it, but shouldn't happen with fire. Can't attack with fire. That's pretty much what was covered this week. There's some other like peripheral updates, but coming up, we're going to organize the games better. Let me describe that to you right now. So I've been playing a lot of 3-day per turn chess.com with like 4 different people at a time. And when you do that, every single time there's a move for you eligible, like when it's your turn, it kind of lines up your games. Like here's one game, you do a move, it'll automatically bring up the next game. And the way that we have it organized right now is if you join a multiplayer game, these are games. This is the filter for games that are looking for more people. This is the filter that for games that are in play. So if you had closed the game, like this is the default multiplayer screen, it's the ones that are looking for more games. If you close the game, you did a turn, you close the game, you come back, you have to go and filter for games played. That's a pain in the ass. What we're going to do is we're going to have all of your active games when it's your turn on the home screen, so you don't have to like click around. You can just boom, jump back in the game, look at what happened, make your move. If there's another game where it's your turn already, it'll automatically come up with that too. So that's a UX play. We're going to update that. We're going to improve the AI. That needs to be done, of course. We're going to add in that new top-level tutorial. Hopefully that helps onboard people easier. And we have a bunch of new icons. We're going to add those too. There's a really long roadmap to this game. We have a lot planned. That's just like the development work. We have a lot of ideas too. Like there's a big roadmap. We have a lot of graphic stuff that needs to get done too. So back to the game. These updates, I'm going to be doing them more frequently, more consistently. And after I give an update about what we've accomplished, like development-wise and planning-wise, I just want to go through some of the items and explain them and explain like some of the strategy that comes with Cyber Commanders. So this is a 6-player game. This is as busy as it gets, and this is honestly as fun as it gets too, because like having 6 players there's a lot more going on than if you have like 2 players or 4 players. So the way that Cyber Commanders works is it is a round-based game. So in the first round, everybody, all players are selecting their first move, their first item or ability or whatever they want to do in the first turn. Everybody selects that on their own at the same time, and then it becomes turn-based. In that same round, the second phase, so there's the selection phase and then the deployment phase, you go around, each person deploys or does their action one by one. And then the third phase of each round is the action phase. You actually go and attack something. You actually go and move your player. So we're in the selection phase right now. At the beginning of each game, every player gets a holo scanner. There are unlimited uses of the hologram scanner. And then you get 17 randomly selected items and abilities. There are 57 in total. There are 6 players on the board, so there are going to be some duplicates. Let me run through what each one of these does so I can explain to you what each one of these is. So the EMP, this is an electromagnetic pulse. There is something cool about this, though. You can use this to kill a mechanoid item. So if someone has like a mech on the board, you can target it and kill it. Or if there's a commander that has like 2 or 3 or 4 mechanoids deployed, you can target the actual commander, and there is a smaller % chance that it'll be successful, but you could try to wipe out all 4 of those items by targeting commander. That is a cool move. It's a powerful move. So I wouldn't select this on the first turn though, because you don't know who's actually going to deploy a mechanoid. Pulverize is a similar projectile move. Basically what this does is it just attempts to kill something within this radius that you see on the screen. The energy shield, this is an indestructible barrier that forms in a certain pattern around your commander to provide defense. Like melee units that travel have to travel around it. If you are a flying unit, you can fly over it though. Larva Brood, this is a pretty weak item. This only does melee, only moves 1 spot per turn. It's an alien item. At the beginning of the game, all the items are sorted by % chance. So basically the less powerful items are at the top and the more powerful items are on the bottom. In this role, my most powerful item is Arrow Slime, 40% chance. There are even more powerful items. So this is not the best roll in the world because I didn't get a spider, didn't get a mech hero, didn't get an alien mother. Those are the most powerful items in the game. But that doesn't mean that I can't win this game because there are a lot of other cool moves in here that I can use to my advantage, especially the defensive ones or the ones also that I can put my commander inside of, which there are a bunch. The world alignment, like mechanoid versus alien, the more aliens you deploy on the board globally, so even if other people are deploying aliens, the higher the alien alignment goes, the higher % chance you have to deploy aliens. For each tick, each point of alien alignment, it increases your % chance of deploying an alien by 5%. So previously, it was 2%. We chose to boost it up because we want to have like some more wild swings. let's say someone deploys this alien boost that's +3, that's a plus 15% chance of deploying aliens. And in that exact same turn, someone also deploys Aeroslime, that's +2. So together, that is +5, or an additional 25% chance to deploy something. If you have an alien mother that's 10% base, you have now 35% chance in one move. Let's say that you got really lucky and there's like alignment +12 in a single turn. That's an additional 60% chance of deploying an alien mother. When you add in the base 10, that's 70% chance in one turn to actually beam down an alien mother. That is a really cool swing. I want to test the waters with that. The previous version, the swings were not that big, but it also led to people using holograms a lot and not necessarily like beaming down things. And I think this is a good mechanic worth trying. So we're going to do that. These outposts here, these are items that deploy in a certain pattern also, and you can actually hide your commander inside of them. They can be destroyed though. In the old game, you could, if you stay inside the outpost and then exit after 3 turns, you get an additional bonus item. We don't have that in play right now, but we're thinking about implementing it at some point. The Quad Scout is one of the weakest items you can embark your commander inside of, but it moves 4 spaces. So you can put your commander inside of this, and then you can drive them around 4 spaces. The commander on its own can only move 1 space, so the transports are like really useful, and they're also aligned defense. The other items I have here, Alien Boost that does +3 alien. The Mentalist here, this is a neutral unit. It doesn't change the world alignment at all. There are very few of these, but they do exist. Skeledrone, this is a melee mech unit. Fortress, this is an invulnerable fortress that you can stay inside of, and there is a chance that you could be inside of it for 3 turns. There's a chance that you could be inside of it for 10 turns. It is completely up to chance each turn, and this is a great line of defense for you to hide in. The hovercraft has 5 flying spaces, and you can also put your commander inside of it and move it around. That's a mechanoid thing. And then there are these 3 commander upgrades that I got. The Plasma Shield, the Aero Pack, and the Fusion Cannon. The Plasma Shield adds defense to your commander. The Aero Pack allows it to fly and move 3 spaces. And the Fusion Cannon allows it to have a ranged attack. So each one of these does stack, so you can make your commander like pretty powerful. Resurrect, you can resurrect any dead item on the board, even if it was your enemy's item on the board. As long as it's within this radius, you can resurrect it and make it your own. And then the tank, this moves 2 spaces. It has a range attack. It has a melee attack also. Mech +6, that's pretty big. That'll swing 30% chance for mechanoids to be deployed. You can also hide your commander and move around, of course. And then lastly is the Aeroslime. The thing about slimes is that I think there's 3 slimes, maybe there's 4 of them. The slimes can only be attacked by other slimes or by ranged attacks. So they are more difficult to kill, but you can also use some of the special abilities that I actually didn't roll to control those. I'll get into those probably in like a subsequent video. I'm not going to play through this whole game, but I do want to show like how a round works. So everybody's selecting at the same time. I'm going to select them. I'm going to deploy my force field. This guy deployed another slime, so my flying slime could attack that one. This guy deployed Biohunter, 5 speed. It's pretty good. It's actually not a bad item at all. This is actually a pretty powerful unit that only goes 2 spaces but has like really good melee. I'm going to deploy my force field. See, this is what I mean by a pattern. Like, it comes out in a pattern. If my commander was 2 spaces or like a bunch of spaces to the left, this pattern would fill out here in that same like it's the same thing as you're seeing here. It's symmetrical. Ooh, Air Tank. That's a good one. This flies really far, has range attack, and also has melee attack too. Very good item. You can put your commander inside of it also and fly it around. I don't really have anywhere to go at the moment. I'm just going to move to show you that is one round. If you're watching this for the first time and you never played the game, you just watch your first round of Cyber Commanders. I am going to make more of these videos weekly as time goes on. I do want everyone to join the Discord, follow the Twitter, ask all the questions you want. We need more people playing the multiplayer version. We need to find more bugs. There are definitely bugs in here, I assure you. But that is it for now. So please come by the Discord, ask questions, be involved, and I will see you on the battlefield.